Alrighty, we are live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome to a six-ship Sunday here in Port Canaveral. We're going to start just about 2 or 3 minutes early. Sky Princess is our first out today. She has a 3 p.m. departure, so she's actually ready to go any minute now. So we'll go ahead and get started here pretty soon. And I hope you guys are here and ready for an awesome stream today. Welcome in, everyone. We've got Florida Ship Spotting, Darren Jackson, Michelle Taylor. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the chat. Just on time. Yep, got started just a couple minutes early. Our first ship should be underway any minute now. Princess has really early departures here for this season for 3 o'clock, so I kind of cut it last minute here. I just wanted to make sure I had enough battery to get my Wi-Fi to last the whole time today, since we've got a late departure for Prima. But excited for another awesome day here. Carnival Venezia, Star of the Seas, MSC Seashore, Disney Fantasies, my first time seeing her since her dry dock recently. Sky Princess, first time here in Port Canaveral, and of course the Norwegian Prima. What's going on, Svetlana? Welcome to the stream. Welcome in, everybody. And shout out to our members. Thank you guys for all your support of the channel. Won't be here for Star of the Seas or the rest, but what? Okay, no worries. Yeah, it's gonna be a long stream, so you'll have plenty to watch afterwards if you're able to come back to it. I appreciate you hanging out, though. So as soon as I hear anything from Sky Princess, I will go ahead and zoom in on her as soon as I hear anything. No word yet, other than the fact that we are confirmed for a 3 p.m. departure, so any minute now. Be sure to leave a like as you guys are all joining in. Leave a like on the stream, helps out a bunch. Tells YouTube to recommend it to more people. So we appreciate all your support and liking the stream. And of course, subscribe if you're somebody who's just finding us for the first time. We do this every single weekend, pretty much. I do think I'm going to have a Fort Lauderdale trip coming up soon, so I'm very excited for that. I think not next weekend, but potentially the weekend after that. So I think the 13th of December, I'm planning, at least hoping, to get a Fort Lauderdale trip down there. Prospere, Andre checking in from Atlanta. Just got off 7 day of Jubilee. Awesome. Yeah, how was Jubilee? Oh, I guess you said fantastic cruise, but that's awesome. I would love to try Jubilee. But yeah, welcome to the chat. Welcome back from your cruise. What, that ended yesterday, I'm assuming? Very nice, very nice. Is it still Kendall who's the cruise director on that one? Very cool, very cool. No? Oh. Yes, thank you, Darren. Yes, for anybody that's new, if you're cruise nerds, definitely subscribe. We got these live streams. I make the actual edited ship spotting videos afterwards, and of course, we have ship tours and many other types of content here. I have a couple ideas kind of in my bank of potential new videos, so we're working on it. I've just got a lot to edit right now. And again, if you want to support the channel in other ways, of course, consider becoming a member. It really helps out. You do get early access to all the future videos, or to early videos, all the ship spotting and cruise vlogs early on. So it's good stuff. Okay, I can never keep up with Carnival's cruise directors anymore. It used to be really easy to like track them, but nowadays I feel like all like the big names have left. Like it's really just Lee, but he's not even on ships anymore. Andy, okay, that rings a bell. Yeah, I feel like once Matt and Mike and like all those big names kind of like left back in during COVID, I feel like Carnival's cruise directors have not been like, you know, as name recognizable as they used to be. All right, I haven't heard anything from Sky Princess just yet, but she should be pushing any minute now. Sarah's late. Oh yeah, no worries. You only missed it by a couple minutes, but welcome in, buddy. Adam, what's going on? What's going on, Adam? Everybody go follow Adam on Instagram. He has amazing drone content. Adam and I are coming up with a really cool plan of adding in drone footage somehow into streams. We got a lot going into it. We got a lot of ideas going into it, but if it works out, we might be able to try to figure out something along the lines of incorporating drone content of some sort into live streams, like handing off in a way. But that's in the works. Hopefully it all goes smoothly if we can figure it out. Yes, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Any minute now, we'll get our first ship underway here. Should we go ahead and zoom in on Sky Princess, since she should be underway here soon? Dimitri, welcome in. Yes, the Regal class, is it the Royal or Regal? I think it's Royal class ships with Princess are very pretty ships. I'm excited to have one here in Canaveral. Let's go ahead and zoom in, shall we? She should be our first one underway here any minute. Yeah, I know. I've seen Sky Princess maybe like twice. And that was down in Fort Lauderdale probably like 2 years ago. Actually, it was either her or Enchanted Princess that I saw last year. I can't remember, but I know I've seen Sky Princess at least once down there. Royals first. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. I would love to. I still really need to do Alaska. I really need to do that. Yes, setting positive vibes here for the stream. Is Regal out of Galveston? That's a Tyler question. Tyler, if Tyler's in the chat, It's either Regal or Royal. Group cruise. I love that idea. It's Regal or Royal, though. I remember it's one of those two. I know she was there last year, but I don't remember if they came back this year or not. I'm assuming they would. James, hello, hello. Any minute now. Come on, Sky Princess. Let's zoom out just a little bit. That way we can get at least Disney Fantasy here in our shot. And once I see her moving, or at least kind of can tell she's moving, then we'll zoom back in. Yeah, I think based off of the pin chat, I've got our schedule up there for today. I think we had a bit of a change in that, though. Carnival Venezia, I believe, is 4:30 today, but that could change. I know she's originally 3:30, so hoping for that, but I thought I heard over the radio earlier that she's going to be 4:30. Cousin is on whichever one is out of Galveston. Okay, very cool. Yeah, I'd love to check out that class of ship. Princess in general. I've never been on a Princess cruise. We're getting, I don't know if anybody knew this. It feels like it slid under the radar. It didn't really make a whole lot of headlines, but we're getting Star Princess, the brand new one here in Canaveral, for the winter season of 27 and 28. So I think we're getting Sky Princess and Caribbean Princess next season, so 26, 27, but then 27, 28, we're going to be getting Star Princesses, which is crazy. Anybody here today? No, unfortunately, no. I'm the only one that came out today. Only me. Everybody else is lame and didn't come. I think Justin's down in Fort Lauderdale today, though. There we go. Oh, we're getting a little bit of dips. There we go. We just had a big SUV pull up next to us. It probably interfered with the dish. Mai Kai Fun in Fort Lauderdale? I actually have no idea what that is. I'm not familiar with that. So much for that 3:30 or 3 o'clock departure for Star, though. A little behind, but that's all right. Yeah, chop chop. I agree. Ooh, there's birds all over me. Yuck. Get out of here. Oh, there's a giant cloud basically over us now. I think that's what's going on with our signal. We were doing really good for a second there. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Everybody who's joining in. Any minute now, we should be getting our first ship underway. The Sky Princess over on our right-hand side of the screen should be underway any minute now. Be sure to leave a like on the stream. Lets YouTube know to recommend to more people. Grow our audience here. But I hope you guys are in for a good time. We got a 6-ship day. Norwegian Prima is just off to the right of the Sky Princess there. Disney Fantasy is that one that we're looking at here on the screen. MSC Seashore is just off to Fantasy's front, or to the screen's left-hand side, and then we have Star of the Seas right behind Carnival Venezia, who is right in front of us. So we got a really good day today. Fire alarm how-to guy. We'll be on Regal Princess June 2026 from Port Everglades. Oh, that's so cool. That's cool. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, having a few ships in the Caribbean year-round is always nice. Same with Celebrity. Celebrity used to never do that. I might try to spin the dish around to a different direction, because it's facing a giant cloud. So maybe we'll help our signal a little bit here by spinning it a different direction. Let's see if that'll do anything for us. Point it to where there are no clouds. There we go. Looks like we're picking back up. Come on, princess. Emerald Coast Cruiser, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully we can get our signal to balance out here in a minute. Hmm. You got a Jubilee ship model? Awesome. That's so cool. I really need that one. I have Mardi Gras and Celebration, but I don't have Jubilee, so that's cool. James from Kenya. Wow, that's cool. Very nice. For an onboard job, you would have to contact the cruise line directly. I don't have any connections, unfortunately, for any jobs for you. But I would reach out to the cruise line directly. They'd be able to help do that for you if that's what you're looking for.
Canaveral pilot, Sky Princess, channel 12.
First ship is due to sail any minute now. Sky Princess was originally set for 3 o'clock,
Good
but
afternoon, just to advise you on our revised ETD, it will be 1650. Okay, thank you, sending by 1216.
yeah, Sky Princess was set for 3 o'clock, so she's, I guess, a little bit behind schedule today. But she'll be first out, I guess probably 3 or 3:30 at this point. Then we'll have Disney Fantasy at 4 o'clock, and then Venezia and Star should be 4:30 now. Seashore at 5, and Prima at 6. Radio frequency for Port Everglades, Miami, or Canaveral. Canaveral is channel 12 for the pilots. I don't remember what it is for Fort Lauderdale or Miami, but I know they don't really talk as much as they do here in Canaveral, though. But here in Canaveral, it's channel 12. Treasure Your Destiny. Yes, good to see you. Nice to see Sky Princess. Yes. Very excited to have her here. Hopefully our Wi-Fi signal here stabilizes at some point before she starts heading out. How's everyone doing today? Having a good Sunday so far? To obtain the frequency? I have no idea, to be honest. It shouldn't be too difficult though. I mean, you just adjust the frequency on the radio. But I have like just a standard marine radio. You can adjust the frequency, and then as long as you stick to channel 12, you should be able to hear the Canaveral pilots. You'd have to be, of course, within range for it, though. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, nice relaxing day here. And ready for some awesome sailaways. There we go, looking a lot better. Oh, spoke too soon. Everybody's next cruise. Mine is Grandiosa, MSC Grandiosa here in January. Very, very excited for that one. Explorer of the Seas in February. That's awesome, though. Explorer looked great yesterday when we saw her. Yep. So far, next year's lineup is MSC Grandiosa and the Norwegian Luna. I'm on one of the first few sailings for Norwegian Luna in April, so that'll be really fun. I gotta fill in next year's lineup though, because that's the only two I've got so far. Auntie Mara, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Shout out to all of our members. Thank you guys for all your support on the channel by being a member, and you get, of course, the early access to all the ship spotting and cruise log videos as well. First time on Royal Caribbean. Oh, you're gonna love it. You're going to love it. Star of the Seas in May. Oh, the Star of the Seas is incredible. We'll get a really good look at her today, but Star of the Seas is an incredible ship. I have nothing but great things to say about it. Come on, princess. Wife's friend is from Philippines. Her friend works in housekeeping on board Freedom of the Seas. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, Freedom's an amazing ship. I've been on her twice. She is amazing. Freedom of the Seas is one of the few ships that got me into cruising when I was young as well. I pretty much credit Freedom of the Seas and Oasis for the reason I'm here today. Those two ships got me started at a very, very young age. So maybe we're aiming for a 3:30 departure then on Sky Princess. Bummer. You have yet to get on a cruise? Oh, you really should. They're amazing. They are an incredible time. I feel like there's no better time to take your first cruise than, this era right now. The cruise industry is just completely booming at the moment. So many amazing new ships coming out, and obviously everything that was already existing was already very good, and they just continue to one-up themselves. There's so many really good options these days, especially here from Port Canaveral. Just Canaveral alone has some really good options, let alone going all the way down to Miami or Fort Lauderdale. Even Tampa. Where can you buy good ship models? So the ship models are really only available on board the ship. You can technically buy them on eBay, but they're going to be extremely expensive. The models are typically anywhere between $50 to $60 on board the ship, but on eBay, you're going to be paying close to maybe $150 or more, depending on the ship. So if you want the models for cheap, you know, you'd have to buy it on board, but you technically could buy it from eBay. And they're usually used as well if you buy them from eBay. There's not too many people that will sell brand new ones. Actually, there are. There's some people that'll just go in and buy like 10 of them.
Port Canaveral pilot. This is Carnival Venezia, channel 12.
Join the membership. Should do a Q&A. I might be open to that. That'd be cool.
Departure time is 1 hour from now, 16:30.
Yeah.
Copy. Departure time 1 hour from now, 16:30. Pilot will board 15 minutes beforehand. Pier side. Confirm that. 15 minutes prior to departure from the shore side.
Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, for our members that are here in the chat, other than like the early access to the videos, is there anything else that you guys would like to see out of the membership? I've thought about maybe like member-only streams or something along those lines, but obviously that would really limit the amount of people. So it's something that I'm still kind of working on, but I'd be open to see more, or kind of provide more content for members, of course. Up for a Q&A? Okay. Maybe I'll set up something, maybe like with a future podcast or something, or yeah, I'll have to look into that. Or maybe I'll just do like set up like a poll maybe in the community tab for members only, and we'll have you guys ask maybe just a set of questions, and I can make like a members only video that's just a complete Q&A with me. How does that sound? Okay, yeah, I will set up a thing tonight in the members only community tab and have you guys respond in the comments of it, and I'll go through and kind of make a video on it and just answer all your questions that you have. You can ask as many as you'd like. $65 for the Jubilee Mono, selling on $199 on eBay. That's insane. So yes, I pretty much stick to cruise content here. I do more than just ships leaving though. Like I'll do ship tours, you know, just talking about, you know, anything as far as like cruise news sometimes, you know, what's happening in the industry and all of that. As far as rocket launches, it kind of just depends. If there's one going off the particular day that I'm here in the port, then I will 100% film it, but I don't necessarily guarantee any rocket launch content just because it's very, very random when those happen. But I was here, I want to say it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was out here and there was a rocket launch going off that day. It got scrubbed, so it didn't happen, but I was technically here for a day that they had a rocket launch schedule. It was that big Blue Origin one, and they ended up scrubbing it, and it went off a few days later. Come on, Sky Princess, what's going on here? Very late now. Yeah, I do go to Miami. I was mentioning earlier when I first started the stream today, but I'm planning a Fort Lauderdale trip, maybe not next weekend, but the following. So December 13th, I might go down to Fort Lauderdale. I might visit my sister that morning and then just ship spot down there. Miami trips, I do go down there from time to time. I just don't have anything planned, but I think maybe maybe January I'll try to get down there as well. So I'm planning a Miami trip, just have nothing set in stone, but I think at least right now Fort Lauderdale is more likely and
Port
coming
Canaveral
sooner.
pilots, Port Canaveral pilots, Star of the Seas. Star of the Seas, Canaveral pilots, go ahead. Good afternoon. 1 hour for our departure. Our ETD is 1630. Good copy. ETD for Star of the Seas 1630. Pilot will board pier side 15 minutes before. Copy that. Pier side 15 minutes before. Thank you.
All right. 4:30 for Star of the Seas. A lot of birds this weekend. Have you guys noticed that the last couple days of streaming? There's a lot of birds out here. Yeah, exactly. The rocket launches are very random. I'm out here almost every weekend though, so the chances of me catching one are pretty good. But yeah, I'll try to see if I can try to incorporate that as well, because that's really cool. It's happened before. There's been 2 or 3 times where I've been able to catch a launch at the same time as the ship's going out. It is interesting seeing Independence down at Terminal AAA in Miami. That is really cool to see though. Her and Freedom are out of there. I actually originally was thinking about going to Miami today because there's 10 ships there today, which is insane. There's 10 ships in Miami today, but it just didn't work out. But Fort Lauderdale trip might be coming up here pretty soon. The day I'm looking at for Fort Lauderdale is Star Princess, which of course is a new one. Very excited to see that. Was Oasis of the Seas, Celebrity Silhouette, Celebrity Summit, and New Staten Dam from Holland America. So it's pretty 5-ship day, not too bad. Would be awesome to see Oasis and Star Princess. Oh my gosh, what's going on?
MSC Seashore pilots, go ahead. We are booked for a pilot 1615. Yes, we have you scheduled for a 1630 departure. Pilot will arrive 1615 pier side.
Nice. Okay, Seashore's early. Hopefully. Must be nice. Looking at you, Sky Princess. What does my friend do? He just sticks to the ship spotting content as well, but I guess outside of that, I know he works in sales down in Fort Lauderdale though. That's his daily job. Oh, it's getting a little chilly. The wind is picking up. What the heck? Yeah, he recently moved down there. He was in Tampa for a while, but he started his new job, which is down, of course, in Fort Lauderdale. So he's down there much more often, which it's good because that's where he wants to be, is Fort Lauderdale. So it's good to see that he's back down there finally. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in who is just now joining in. Sky Princess, I've been saying this for the last 30 minutes, but Sky Princess, it should be underway any minute now. She's about 30 minutes behind schedule at the moment. Unsure why, but she should be underway any minute now. If that's not the case, we have the Disney Fantasy, who may end up being our first out. If that's the case, that would be a 4 o'clock departure. But be sure to like the stream. Again, lets YouTube know to recommend this out to more people. Let's grow our audience here and grow these streams. Wish someone in Miami would do weekend lives. Yeah, I would like to do that. If I could move down to Miami, that'd be nice, but it's so expensive to live down there. Um, I should try to show Justin how to do these live streams. Maybe he'll do that, at least in Fort Lauderdale. But yeah, I think they have a lot of the guys like the cruise spotter that have the webcams out of their balcony from their apartments or their condos that are facing the port that catch all the sailaways and arrivals. So those guys are cool, and the cruise spotter is a really cool guy. I've met him several times. He's a really nice guy. But his webcam that he has in Miami is really cool. Just no commentary, of course, just because it's a 24-hour camera. Didn't Sky Princess come over from Europe? I think she did, which could be why she's late, but she's confirmed several times prior to her departure today that she was going to be at 3 o'clock. So, interesting for sure. Hopefully it didn't get too far behind. I don't want to get it too dark. Yesterday they were out pretty much back to back to back. It was pretty much constant for a good hour and a half or almost 2 hours. It was all 6 ships left within the span of about 2 hours. It was amazing yesterday. I think first ship was out at 3:30. Actually, we had, I think, 2 ships out by 3:30. And then we had one spinning around, and at 3:30 it was a great time. Probably Coast Guard inspections. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. That is pretty typical for a ship's first time into a home port, especially coming over from Europe. I just find it weird that they've mentioned and confirmed 3 o'clock departures multiple times, but I wouldn't be too surprised if that's the case. It would make sense.
Line CT5, bound for North 2 Middle Basin, Cap 1. Harbor Master, Cap Mark. Go ahead, Captain Mark. Hey, man, it's me again. You want me back at the north side, I guess? Just real aware, Disney Fantasy will be departing at 1600. Yeah, I'm going to get ahead of him. Do my best. Roger.
What model of marine radio do I have? It's a Uniden, Uniden is the name of it. I think it was $90 or $95 on Amazon. It's Prime. So it should be pretty quick and easy to get one. But yeah, Uniden. So Uniden, I believe is how you pronounce it, is the name of it, or the brand at least. Oh, we got complete cloud cover now. That's a bummer. Alrighty, I'm gonna put my jacket on. It's actually getting a little chilly. Hit the tripod. There we go. Alrighty, we're good to go. Much warmer. It did drop a little. Actually, no. Let me see what it is. It is 74 right now. I gotta bundle up. It's getting in the low 70s. It's wintertime here, man. It's 74. I can't handle it. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit, give you guys a little bit of a refreshed view here. We should get, it sounds like Disney Fantasy will be the first one out today at 4 o'clock though. 36, no thank you, dude, no thank you. No thanks. We're getting a lot of cloud coverage here though. A lot of cloud coverage and a little bit of wind. That's what's making it cold. We are getting there though. It'd be nice if Fantasy maybe leaves a couple minutes early. That'd be nice. Starting the stream early, I guess, proved to be useless. Whole first hour of nothing. Sorry, guys. We're making progress, so we're making progress. We're almost there. We'll get there soon. Timo time, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. You're just in time. We should have a ship underway here in just a few minutes. Live here long enough, or born here, yeah. 70 feels chilly. 60 real quiet. Yeah, exactly. It's so cold. I've lived here for about 4 years now. I've lived here about 4 years now, and I can 100%. There's something about Florida cold and cold anywhere else is just completely different. It's a different animal. I even have a friend from Michigan, and she's like, yeah, there's a big difference. Michigan cold isn't that cold, but Florida cold is rough. I don't know what it is.
Carnival pilot, descent as you want to.
After 50 years, can honestly say it's the wet, damp, cold. Yeah, honestly, that makes sense. It's the humidity. That's what makes the summer so hot too. It's just like the moisture in the air. car is so dirty. I gotta wash it tomorrow. Yuck. I wouldn't be surprised if Sky Princess ends up being like 5 o'clock. For 2028, having Star of the Seas and Star Princess in Port Canaveral at the same time, it will be very confusing. It's like I was mentioning this the other day, but this was about a year or two ago when we still had Mariner and Independence. But Mariner and Independence both have the same upgrades. They both have that yellow ball in the back for the SkyPad, and they're also, Independence is just a stretched version of the Voyager class. So they literally looked identical to the naked eye and to, probably your casual or first-time cruiser. Independence and Mariner look exactly the same, and they would occasionally end up in Port Canaveral together at the same time. And I can't tell you how many times I heard stories of people showing up to Mariner when they needed to go to Independence, or vice versa. Because, they look exactly the same. Oh, we got an announcement from Venezia. Oh, we should be getting horns here in just a second from Venezia. She'll be doing her muster drill. I can already see the lights flashing. Can you guys see that? Where is it? There we go. All right, be ready. We should be getting horns any second now. Or not. A lot of empty promises today. I know, everybody, yeah, they're dragging anchor. I love that. Yeah, everybody, I mean, they were back to back to back yesterday. I mean, all 6 of them were out within 2 hours yesterday. Today, we're an hour into the stream and nothing has moved. That's why I started so early. The first one was scheduled for 3 o'clock. I'm sure next weekend it will be 3 o'clock or the next time we see Sky Princess, it'll be 3 o'clock. But It's crazy. We think Carnival Corp is eventually going to close down Costa Cruises and move their ships over to Carnival. I honestly, I don't think so. I've heard even recently, it sounds like Carnival is getting ready to send those back. That's why Firenze is going to be going to Miami briefly.
0, understood. Pilot will be there 15 minutes prior. Short side.
It sounds like Prima. But yeah, that's kind of why Firenze is coming over to the east coast of the U.S. rather than the west coast where she is.
Disney Fantasy, getting underway from Port Canaveral's West Basin, cruise terminal 8 bound for sea. Standing by channel 12 for concerned traffic. Pilot aboard the Disney Fantasy.
All right. Well, so much for getting.
Canaveral pilot aboard Disney Fantasy, getting underway from Port Canaveral's West Basin, cruise terminal 8 bound for sea. Standing by channel 12 for concerned traffic. Pilot aboard the Disney Fantasy.
Let's zoom in on her. So much for those horns from the muster drill.
Aboard the Disney Fantasy, getting underway from Port Canaveral's West Basin, cruise terminal 8, bound for sea. Standing by channel 12, this channel 4, concerned traffic. Pilot aboard the Disney Fantasy. Miss Betty, Disney Fantasy.
That makes sense.
Miss Betty, go ahead. Yeah, I'm right in front of you, fixing to try to get ahead of you. Okay, Captain. Yeah, I see you moving now. Yeah. If you could, just you're gonna top around. You're going up into the middle basin. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, we'll be dropping lines in a little bit, but yeah, we'll follow you out of the basin, Captain. Ollie, pilot aboard Disney Fantasy. Ollie. Yes, sir. First outbound today is going to be the Disney Fantasy. We're out back in the West Basin. Should be underway in 5, 6 minutes or so. Is your plan to clear off to the north and drop the south wires?
Roger, Cap. We're outside channel. I already got the wires down. Request a slow bill whenever you're heading out, Cap. As much as you can give us.
You got it, Cap. We'll keep it at 10 knots, and then once we get clear of you, we can speed up then. If that'll work.
Yeah, roger that, Cap. Appreciate it.
Okay, very good. On the pilot on Disney ship, Cap Mark. Cap Mark, pilot on Disney Fantasy. Sir, good afternoon. I'm ducking into the West Basin. I'll be well out of your way. Understood. You're going to pull up. I think I heard you speak to the harbor master. You're going up to north too. Sir. Okay, very good.
Cool. Alrighty. But yes, as Treasure Your Destiny mentioned, yes, Costa is going to be taking, but most likely at least, they haven't confirmed it obviously, but it seemed like the most likely scenario is that they are going to eventually take back Venezia and Firenze in lieu of those new builds that they were hoping to do with Aida with Fincantieri. So it could all change. I've seen stuff like that change last second, so we'll see. At least as of right now, it sounds like, and I know that was the original intent as well. They originally intended for these Costa by Carnival, you know, the Venezia and the Firenze to go back eventually. So that seems to be coming to their time. These clouds are really killing me today, aren't they? There we go. It is good to see Fantasy again. I haven't seen her since May, I think, was the last time I had seen Fantasy. Come on, there we go. No, unfortunately, no ships have left yet. Our first ship was originally scheduled for 3 o'clock and still has not left yet, but Disney Fantasy now seems to be our first one, which should be pushing off the dock any moment now. The pilot's already called saying that they've been dropping lines. That was about 10 minutes ago. So we should be getting our first one. First one should be underway any second now, finally. But yeah, our first one that was scheduled for 3 o'clock did not quite happen. Interesting day here in Canaveral. Okay, so Treasure Your Destiny that's in chat. You're the Disney person here. Is that forward funnel, did they put a suite in there like they have on the Triton class? That's something I'm just now looking at and noticing. I don't remember that being there originally.
I'll be over here. Somebody on that one on the far side.
Or if anybody knows. I don't know if he's in chat still. But yeah, that definitely looks like the suites that they have on, like that loft suite that they have on the Triton class, like the Wish and the Treasure and Destiny. That definitely looks new. Come on, Fantasy. Very eventful stream so far. Back on Firenze, April 2026. Is Costa taking those two ships back in 27 and 20? So I think it seems like they might go in maybe late 2027 and 2028. Seems to be what I have been hearing. But yes, at least as of right now, what I'm hearing is that they're eventually going to send those back to Costa. That seems to be why they're bringing Firenze over to the East Coast. I wouldn't be surprised, at least, because I know she's got to, of course, go to a dry dock over in Cadiz, and that's where they would probably do the refit for both of them. I don't think they're going to go at the same time. It might be like they stagger it where it's like 1 year, like in 2022. We got Venezia in 2022, and then we got the Firenze in 2023. That could be what they do. Or maybe 24. Is Fantasy moving? She is, in fact, moving. Yay! Yay, we finally got some movement here. That definitely deserves a like on the stream. We finally got some movement. So my prediction here, we're going to get Fantasy, then Venezia, and Seashore. Or no, and Star. And I think Seashore is also called for 4:30 instead of her normal 5 o'clock. So I think we're going to get 3 all at 4:30 or within the 4:30 to 4:45 time frame. And then I think we'll get Sky Princess around 5 to 5:30. That's going to be my guess. Based off of experiences in the field. But yay, finally got our first ship underway here. There goes the strobe lights on Venezia again. Maybe we'll get the horns now. Maybe. Come on, give us something. All right, she should be moving forward any second now. There we go. Finally, some forward movement. Oh yeah, the cloud cover is finally gone. Come on, Venezia. I know we're looking at Disney Fantasy here, but I want Venezia to do her muster horns.
Harbor Master Alex, CT1, you Papa. Go ahead, Papa. We're ready. We're going to start chilling up.
So we get the beep, but no horn. That was disappointing. Let's move you guys just here to the side. Ooh, look at Seashore right there. Very nice. Here she comes. We'll probably lose sight of Fantasy here in just a moment. Once she goes around the corner, she's going to tuck behind the Venezia. But she'll come around and she'll be right here in front of us here in just a few minutes. Yes, it is a great perspective, isn't it? Ooh, look at that. Her crossing in front of Seashore is really cool. I'm really enjoying this camera. I nerd out over this camera. Being able to zoom in so closely and get some of these shots that I've got. Let's knock it just a little bit, even though, yeah, it's all Venezia right there, but really cool.
Security, Star of the Seas, dropping lines, getting underway from Port Canaveral, middle basin bound for sea.
Yay.
Come up channel 12, Star of the Seas.
Star of the Seas. Sounds like she is number 2 today. Number 2. Love Star of the Seas. That's going to be an awesome one to see today, is Star. And Norwegian Prima. For those who are here to see Norwegian Prima later on, we have a deck-by-deck ship tour coming out this week of the beautiful Norwegian Prima.
Star of the Seas, dropping lines, getting underway from Port Canaveral, middle basin bound for sea. Concern traffic, come up channel 12, Star of the Seas.
But yes, deck-by-deck tour coming out later this week, probably later on in the week,
Star of the Seas, good afternoon.
will be a Norwegian Prima ship tour.
Hey, Cap, looks like we're going to be behind that Disney Fantasy. I heard you guys talking about 10 knots, so we'll keep it under 10 until we get by you.
Okay, Cap.
You guys are outside the reds. You'll have the green side wires down.
Correct. Outside.
Okay, Cap, thank you.
Yes, such a great view. I agree. Alrighty, we finally got some action here, ladies and gents. Finally got some action. It was warm earlier. I don't know what happened.
I know. I'm like, oh, I had long pants on and I changed. And now I'm cold. Ooh. I gotta warm up that.
All right, we'll just give it just a minute. It sounds like Star of the Seas is going to push off right behind Fantasy, so we might get some double movement here in just a moment. If that's the case, I'll let chat decide. Do we want to pan quickly from Fantasy to Star, or should we leave it on Fantasy for a little bit? I feel like I know the answer, but I'll let you guys decide. What are the strobe lights on Venezia? She just completed her muster drill. Those seem to go off whenever she's doing an announcement, but she just completed her muster drill, so that's probably part of it. It's a heck of a sound system on that boat over there. Disney Fantasy coming around the corner, hopefully, here in just a second. No, nothing yet. We're close though. The strobes are still going though. That's interesting. They've been going off for a while now. Jason 7. I don't think that happened, Coop. Go to Star. Okay. Okay. We'll do that. Jason 7. What's going on, Coop? What's going on, bud? I still can't get over that World Series. That was a good series overall. Very good series. I'll never recover it. Dude, it was so. You guys, literally, they even like showed the freeze frame of. I think it was IKF that was sliding into home in the ninth, the eighth, the ninth, and it was like literally, the Jays were half an inch from a World Series title, and it just didn't happen. It's so rough. Overall, that was a fantastic series. That was like the best World Series I had ever seen. Here's fantasy. Oh. Here she comes. Leafs and Bill. Oh gosh, yeah. All right, just a heads up for those in chat. I will be falling behind on the chat here, and I'll answer all the questions and all the chats here as the ship comes by. But I'll stay here and monitor the chat here for just a moment. But I'll be filming here as the ships actually go by, so I may fall behind. So I apologize if I miss anything. Coop, yes. What's going on, Dimitri? Welcome back. Good. It was 20 foot mushy mushy. Coop. Good stuff.
Port Canaveral pilot, Port Canaveral pilot. Sky Princess, channel 12.
Oop, there's Sky Princess.
Orlando Princess, pilot on the Star of the Seas.
Star of the Seas, Orlando Princess, go ahead.
Yeah, just keep her coming. We're dropping last line now. Just FYI.
Cool. Last line for Venezia.
Sounds good, Cap. Thank you. Have a good day.
Port Canaveral pilot, Sky Princess, channel 12.
Pilot, go ahead.
Good afternoon again, sir. Just an update. Is possible to have pilot on board at 17:30, 5:30.
30, roger.
Thank you.
All right, sounds like Sky Princess is going to have a 5:45 departure. Where's my camera? Oh, there it is.
Pilot on the Fantasy. Hey, up just past Jetty Park, I got a teal hull fishing boat in the middle of the channel. We've got some time, but he will have to make a decision before we get there.
Here, I'll help it out.
Ooh, look at that. That is a good look at the Disney Fantasy. That is awesome. Yes, I am there alone today. I am here alone today. Yes. All of you guys abandoned me this week. Rose and Jacob, what's going on? No, we just had a little signal drop here for a second. Yeah, a little bit of cloud coverage today, so it's been jittery. But welcome to the stream. Again, shout out to our members. Welcome to all of our members here that are in the chat today, supporting the channel. Yep, can you guys see? Let me know in chat. Are we good? We're okay. We're back. Okay, good. Yeah. There we go. We got some horns. Gosh, she did so many today. That was literally over a minute and a half straight of just horns. That was awesome. Welcome back, Disney Fantasy. Glad to have you. Thank you for a good show. All right, we should be getting Star of the Seas around this corner here in just a moment. And I'll be back in touch with chat here in just a sec as well. I know I'm behind. her go. All right, let's check in on chat. Yes, Fantasy really did go all out. 7 horns today. Yeah, she literally held them for, I was recording the whole thing, and it was like, I think almost a minute and a half, just straight of horns. Wow, that's a really good view. Look at that. What good lighting we have today. All right, Star of the Seas should be coming around the corner any second now. I don't see her yet.
Port Canaveral is west base and bound for sea. You're following behind the Star of the Sea.
Nice. Seashore is dropping lines, gonna be right behind the Star. All right, I'm starting to see Star here a second. So one moment, we'll spin you guys around. Alrighty, let's take a look here. Let's take a look-see. And there she is, the world's largest cruise ship, Star of the Seas. Lovely. Yes. She did get a new bulbous bow. Yeah, I noticed that. It's like a completely, like, yeah, it was interesting. I was not expecting that. All right, have a good one, Coop. Thanks for hanging out. Nothing on Venezia. Venezia is 4:30, so I wouldn't be surprised if she follows behind Seashore. She seemed to be behind today for some reason. Ooh, look at that view of Star. Wow. She is a monster. Yeah, it's probably something with efficiency. I wouldn't be too surprised if that's why they replaced it, or that bulbous bow on Fantasy. It was interesting to see that they did something like that. Where's the remote? Oh, I just had it in my hand. There it is. There. Star of the Seas, world's largest cruise ship, setting sail. Yeah, usually when you replace something like big like that, like a bulbous bow, it's usually something for efficiency of some sorts. Either that or something wrong with it. But Fantasy looks good. She looks good after her dry dock. I wish the Venezia would have gone first so we get a better look at Star, but that'll do. Yeah, I really hope they bring the prices down on the Icon class too. They're it's hard to say they're worth it because of how much they are, but I honestly have to say, like, those are by far the best ships I've ever been on. And I've been on both of them so far. They are absolutely incredible ships, and they're so well designed. Like, for anybody who hasn't been on an Icon, but they have been on the Oasis class, it's very familiar. But they take everything that, you know, that they could have improved on something that was already incredible in the first place, and they just improved it and made it even better. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of the Icon class. I think they're incredible ships. It's just I do understand the pricing aspect of it, but there's apparently so much demand for those ships, though. That's why they're... Yep, world's largest cruise ship right there in front of us, coming right at you. 250,000 tons. Never did I ever think we would see a ship over 250,000 tons, but I guess she's like 248 and some change, but basically 250. She's a monster. Absolute monster of a cruise ship.
Copy.
Yes, Star is based out of Port Canaveral. It just made its maiden voyage back in August. I was actually on the maiden voyage back in August. And she does 7-night cruises, so every single Sunday, Star of the Seas will be here. I can see, if you can kind of look right behind Star, you can see the Seashore moving.
Yeah, we're going to set up for starboard ladder. Just let me know if we need a swing.
Larger starboard ladder.
Yeah, 248 and some change. Unbelievable how big that thing is, though. Nice. All right. I'll catch up on chat here in just a moment as she comes by. God, she is such a pretty ship.
Hi, Princess. Hi, Princess.
Norwegian Prima, sailaway, good afternoon. That's correct. Good afternoon to you. Yes, correct. So we delayed for 1730 pilot board. We have some pilot issue.
Pilot Carnival Venezia, morning, which other one go?
Thank you. You're leaving 1800 1800 and back to 12 MSCCruise.
Yes, good evening. So just informed that in 20 minutes from now we are ready to set sail. 20 minutes from now. Okay, understood. Perfect. Copy on that, channel 116.
She is something to behold, that's for sure. Such an incredible ship. Even having been on board, just unbelievable how big this thing is. If you guys want a tour of this ship, there's a playlist, Star of the Seas is in there. I have a full deck-by-deck tour of this ship. You should definitely check that out if you haven't already. All right, let me check in on chat here. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, she looks amazing. Yeah, the tour is, yeah. The tour of this ship, I mean, it hardly does it justice of how big it is. It took me 20 minutes just to do a tour of this thing, or 20 minutes of just filming it. Took well over, I want to say it took me almost an entire morning just to actually make the tour and like actually do all the filming for it. Are there virtual balconies on Star? Oh, we can see the seashore. But yeah, we have a lot of recent tour videos. Norwegian Joy was came out last week. Wonder of the Seas was a week before that. Utopia of the Seas, and then Norwegian Prima is coming out soon. All right, do we want to see Seashore or do we want to keep looking at Star here? Keep looking. Okay, we'll keep on Star here. Here we go. Look at that. Amazing. What are the 3 decks with the half glass? So the right above the surf side, kind of where the name is, that is actually a townhouse suite on the back of it. So it's a 3-deck tall room that was on the back of that. Here we go, MSC Seashore. Another one that I have a tour of. I have a tour. So the crazy thing is I have a tour of every single ship here except for the Sky Princess and the Disney Fantasy. So I have tours in my playlist of ship tours of 4 of the 6 ships that we saw today. I sailed on basically all of those actually. Except for Prima. Prima comes out next week though. But I toured her last week. I sailed on Seashore, Star, and Venezia all this year. It's been a busy year for me. Many hours of quality content. Yes, it is. I really, really like the design of these Seaside class. They're very pretty ships. They're so unique in their design. I mean, I guess not anymore, but they're so interesting though. Because the Prima is kind of based off of that, and so are the Virgin Voyages ships as well. They're kind of all based off of that. And for those who don't already, subscribe here and also follow me on TikTok and on Facebook as well. Facebook is kind of a new adventure for me. I've been trying to grow over there. It's like the one platform that I have never really tried to grow on. That's my little project at the moment, is growing over there. That was awesome. Nope. That was awesome. You don't normally get horn battles between two different cruise lines like that. Usually it's, you know, Carnival versus Carnival type of thing. That was cool. That was awesome. All right. Sorry, Chad. I'll catch up with you guys here in just a moment. MSC knows how to throw a good party, too. I think this is one of my favorite ship designs, to be honest. It's very unique on the inside, too. It's so interesting. It's not like anything else. Ooh, look at that lighting. That's so nice. All right, how we doing, everyone? How we doing? How we liking the stream so far? Oop, can't focus. Focus. Come on. I know you can do it. Come on, camera. There we go. Okay, let's zoom in a bit. She is such a pretty ship. Yes, another person doing live sailways, yeah. I think there's a few people out here today, honestly. I think that's why our viewer count is a little on the lower side today, which is fine. We still have a good time here regardless. Corey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, Corey. How you doing? How do we buy merch? I don't have any merch particularly. Or at least not of my channel, unless you're referencing like the cruise line merchandise, then that would be on board the ship. I've never actually thought about selling merch. They really are floating cities, absolutely. They're just incredible. Venezia still has lines up, so we're gonna keep looking at Seashore, at least for now, but it sounds like Venezia is next, just not at the moment moving. I should sell merch? I'd have to really research all that. There actually be anybody here interested in merch? I feel like I'd have to make sure I can actually be profitable on it if I were going to, but I'd be open to it. I mean, if there's enough demand for it. If there's enough demand for me to make merch, then I'll look into it for sure. Yes, the MSC horn battle was amazing. That was so cool. That was a lot of fun. You'd be interested? Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. All right. Yeah, all the lines are still up on Venezia. She's next, though, but we'll keep looking at Seashore until she rounds the corner. I'm gonna head up to the little street here just a second and get a shot of her going across the back. Beyond was at Terminal C today because Carnival Sunrise was at E. Dang, that's awesome. That's crazy. Busy day. Alrighty, let's spin you guys around. We'll keep you guys zoomed in on the lines here. At least for now. Oh, that's awkward. Do not make eye contact with the camera. Alrighty, let's catch up on chat. Do we have a favorite ship so far, everyone? Let me know in the chat. Do we have a favorite ship that's set sail so far? Swivel me. I got you, Dimitri. It's a good look at her, though. Visually Star, then see. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, Star was amazing. She looked really good. And today's lighting has been very good. Unfortunately, we had a lot of late departures, but well, we had those three went pretty much back to back to back once they finally started moving. But now we're back to the waiting game. But Venezia should be any minute now, I believe. I think she was 5:15 or 5:30. It looks like actually there's a little bit of smoke coming from Sky Princess, so it looks like she's turned her engines on. But she called earlier for a 5:45, and then we've got 6 o'clock for Prima. Prima is a very pretty ship too. For those who have not seen Prima yet, you're in for a pretty good treat because she's a very pretty ship. Yeah, that's cool. You can actually see it. Let's tilt it up. Hey, you guys can see all the crew up in the gangway. That's awesome. That's actually really cool. Disney Fantasy reminds me, yeah, the Disney ships really have that. They really do a good job at capturing that old ocean liner vibe. Hopefully no bugs. Yeah, I got long sleeves and long pants on today, so hopefully there are no mosquitoes biting me this weekend like they were last week. What do we got? Let me knock knock it back just a little bit. That way you can at least see the mooring lines. There we go. That's good. We can at least see them drop. And then tilt just a smidge down. Perfect. Darren, what's going on? Welcome back. The row of windows, yes. So that row of windows that kind of have that little overhang there, that's what's called the bridge. That's where the captain is. That's basically the piloting station. That's where all the controls for the ship is up in the bridge. But yeah, those people, so it's like the staff captain, the second officer, the captain, like all those people are who we see up in that little room up there. Once those clouds went away, our signal really improved. I haven't seen any hiccups in our connection here in a while. That's awesome. I love to see that. Yeah, of course. If you have any other questions, as my college professor used to tell me, no question is a dumb question unless you don't ask it, basically. So, you know, I'm always here to answer any questions. I enjoy, like, people who aren't too familiar with cruising. I love answering questions and stuff like that about some things. You know, and I've gotten to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff as well. So it's really fun to, you know, talk about that and answer questions too. But for those who don't know, the captain of Carnival Horizon, which is one of basically a Vista class ship, very similar to what we're looking at now, but has the Carnival whale tail on it. But that one's stationed down in Miami. I'm actually very good friends with the captain on board that ship. He brought me and a couple others on board the ship for a day, and we just got to hang out with them and have lunch and check out the ship. It was a really good time. But yeah, he showed us like the captain's quarters and all the controls and let us walk around the bridge and see everything. We got to like sit down in the captain's chair. It was a really cool time. He's a really, really nice guy. Awesome. Yeah, I love to hear it. I mean, yeah, I love answering questions. So I've been around cruise ships since I was literally 2 years old. So I mean, this has been basically my hyper fixation for a long time now. Should cruise on Horizon when she's still in my. I would love to, and I've even told Captain Nick that I'd love to sail with them before they go over to Galveston. It's just tough to get a week off of work sometimes. But honestly, I'd look into it. Maybe that's something I could look into over the summer. I know I'm not an overly huge fan of Carnival with their recent decisions, but at the same time, I'd love to, you know, cruise with a good friend. You know what I mean? So I'd be open to that. If I can find a good deal on Horizon over the summer, maybe I'll do it. It was really funny though, like walking around the bridge and stuff like that, because Captain Nick, he does a lot of videos on Instagram. So if you don't, for those who don't know him, Captain Nick Official is his Instagram name. You should definitely go follow him and check him out. But he like films like his, you know, morning arrivals into Miami from the bridge, that type of thing. It's really, really neat. And but like it was funny walking around the bridge because like there's just like suction cup mounts with like phone mounts on attached to them. He's like, oh yeah, this is where I film my videos. It was just so funny. There was like 4 of them.
Princess Canaveral pilots on 12.
I did go on Venezia. I was on Venezia back in February of this year. Back in February, yeah. She's a great ship. I really liked her. She's very different. She's not at all like your typical Carnival ship. She's very, very Italian themed.
Sky Princess, Canaveral pilots on channel 12.
What cruise line would be nice as a starter cruise without being a huge party-centric cruise? Royal Caribbean is by far your option there. I would try one of their Freedom class ships. So Freedom of the Seas, Liberty, Independence of the Seas, depending on, I think you've mentioned being in the Florida area, so I guess there's no Quantum class ships here, not very often at least. So I would try some of the Freedom class ships, so Freedom, Independence, or Liberty, or any of the Oasis class, which are Oasis, Allure, Symphony. Harmony's over in Texas, but Symphony is in Miami, Wonder, or Utopia. And I have tours of just about all of those on my channel as well. But those are some of the best ships out there right now, and I think that would be a fantastic starter ship for you, for anybody really. West of Orlando? Okay, cool. Yeah, like I'm on the east side of Orlando. Right, exactly. He might leave Horizon at some point. He enjoys Horizon though. He loves that ship, so I wouldn't be surprised if he stays on for a while. But he actually, his very first ship, he was a deck officer, I believe, for Mardi Gras when it first came in, like when it first debuted. So he got a pretty good ship to start out with, just as like a deck officer, which is really cool because that was when the ship was brand new. Come on, Venezia. But yeah, I definitely think Royal Caribbean would be the way to go. Carnival's got a bit of a party atmosphere to it. And some of the ships, it depends on what you're doing, but some of the ships just don't have a very good crowd on board. Just being the party atmosphere can get a little rough at times. It just depends. So I would say...
Port Canaveral pilot, Master Vessel Sky Princess, calling on channel 1 to... Sky Princess pilots, go ahead.
So we got...
Good evening, Mr. Pilot again, Sky Princess. So we're just gonna delay pilot boarding for tiny if it's possible to 1800, 6 o'clock local time. Over.
6 o'clock now for Star or Sky.
For 1800 pilot on board. Sky Princess, yes, 1800 pilot on board. Understood, 1800 pilot on board. Okay, we'll update our schedule. We'll have a pilot on board for 1800 unless we hear different. Thank you very much, and Sky Princess standing by on channel 1612, and good watch.
So captains typically stay with the ships. Yes, so they'll stay with the ship for at least a period of time. Crew members on board cruise ships typically work what's called contracts, and their contracts are anywhere between 6 all the way up to 9 months at a time. Usually around the 6 months is about average, but they'll usually do 6 months on the ship, and then they'll be on vacation for 3 months and then go back on for 6 months, kind of that rotation. That's typical for all crew members. We're testing out our lights here, aren't we, Venezia? But the captains will typically stay on for several contracts at least. Usually captains are very possessive with their ships. They like to kind of keep hold of all of them, or not all of them, but all the ones that they stay on. So they'll like to stay on one for a particular amount of time. Unless, you know, they get offered like, hey, you know, you're bringing in the new flagship that's being built, like you're going to be the first captain to bring that ship into service. Like usually that's when you see them move the most, is if they get an offer to bring in the new flagship. But yeah, typically they'll at least stay on board as a captain of a specific ship for at least a few years at a time. You know, they'll just do their 6 months on, 3 months off, and come back in a few months and kind of just rotate like that. Sometimes they go longer, sometimes they go shorter. I've seen some do 3 months on, 3 months off. But I think 6 months is about average. Yeah, it's really interesting, kind of just the life of a crew member and how they really operate. There's really nothing out there quite like the cruise industry and how they handle, you know, crew members and things like that. Ooh, I am getting hungry. I think I need to stop for some food on the way home tonight.
Responsible for the Carnival Venezia. Venezia is preparing to get underway. Cruise terminal number 3, heading outbound for sea. Concern traffic came up on channel 12.
Yay, we should be getting our lines dropping here in just a second here for Venezia.
For the Carnival Venezia. Venezia is preparing to get underway from cruise terminal number 3, Port Canaveral, heading outbound for sea. Concern traffic.
Ooh, pork roast sounds pretty good. Sounds good.
Security call number possible for the Carnival Venezia. Venezia is preparing to get underway from cruise terminal number 3, heading outbound for sea. Concern traffic came up on channel 12. This channel, Carnival Venezia.
Yeah, if I honestly, knowing Captain Nick, he probably would let me on the bridge for that, which would be awesome. I remember I actually got to take.
Let's get underway. Drop the lines right now. Should be to you in maybe 20 minutes. You guys still out of the channel wires now? Okay, understood.
But I actually got to take the Oasis of the Seas out of Fort Lauderdale, which is really cool. We got to basically sail away from the home port in Fort Lauderdale. We sailed away on the bridge. It was really cool. The harbor pilot invited us up there, and we got to meet the captain, shook his hand, and we just sat in the corner and watched ourselves leave from the bridge. It was a really cool experience getting to do that. I think it was kind of a bittersweet thing too, because you know Oasis is one of the ships that really got me first interested in cruising, so it was really cool because that was like my 50th lifetime cruise. You know, it was on Oasis, you know, and I got to do something really neat like that. So it was really cool. Wish Venezia would go to Celebration. Does it not go to Celebration Key? That's interesting. I'm kind of surprised it's not.
Norwegian Prima, Sky Princess. Zero 06.
All right, what do these two got to say?
Prima Sky.
Hello, this is Prima.
Good evening again. Just to let you know, we changed again. The pilot time is gonna be 1800 for the moment.
Yes, I overheard that 1800 for the pilot. We are aiming for the same time, and right now we are waiting for another 8 guests to come on board.
Okay, we're waiting for the more than 50 pallets to be loaded.
Understood. We'll be standing by 1216. Thank you very much for the call.
Thank you. Back to 1216.
Oof. All right. So sounds like Prima is still waiting on passengers, but her and Sky Princess are going to be right about 6 o'clock. It's going to be super dark. So much for saying they're dropping lines. Yes, we still have 3 to go. 3 ships to go. We have the Venezia right here in front of us. Should be dropping lines, getting underway here in just a moment. And then we have Sky Princess and Norwegian Prima, both set for 6 o'clock, or just around the 6 o'clock time frame. So by the time Venezia gets moving and passes by, we should be at least getting one of those 2 in the back underway too. For some reason, Carnival Sunrise is departing at 6. She arrived early. Oh wow, that's weird. We had those first 3 just back to back to back. And now we're back to the waiting game. Back to the waiting game. The ship that we're looking at is the Carnival Venezia, if that was what you were asking. Outside your hotel window, wonder which hotel is it? Is it one here in Canaveral? If it's the big bluish color one that's off the coast, that's probably going to be Star of the Seas. The kind of bright white looking one is going to be MSC Seashore, and if it's the one with the red funnels, then that would be Disney Fantasy, if you're looking at the ones that are offshore in Canaveral.
Oh, hi. Okay, did you hear my message? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so the ship's supposed to go out at 6. I told him if it doesn't go out at 6, we're leaving. Oh, good.
Come on, Venezia, what are we doing?
Oh, that was nice. Okay.
The little ramps you see on the side of So those, if you can kind of see, there are people walking out on them. So those are typically open. If you're looking at the one like below the bow, kind of where those mooring lines are, that little thing, so they'll fold up into the superstructure of the ship, kind of where the name is. But those are typically there for making sure that, for mooring purposes or kind of tying up purposes, making sure they're not too close to the dock, or making sure their speed is safe, and just kind of monitor down below the bow. Yeah. Oh, we got our first set of lines dropping here. Very, very cool. Yes, lines dropping. But yeah, that's mostly just for, you know, making sure the lines, because, you know, they'll be in the water, and there are thrusters and propellers that are in the bow, built in the side, like the bow thrusters to help maneuver the ship. So if those lines are still sitting in the water, and you hit the power too soon, you can risk sucking in those mooring lines into those propellers, which would do a lot of damage. So there's a lot of different things, but it's mostly a safety thing and just a monitoring thing. Yeah, you can kind of see the people that are sitting there, and they're probably radioing straight to the captain from there. Yeah, essentially ship spotters. They just get paid the ship spot, unlike I do. Oh, there go the lines. I just do ship spotting from land. Good stuff. But yeah. While we wait on the ship, I should be here. I should be here one or both days next weekend. MSC Grandiosa, which is actually my next cruise I'm sailing on. MSC Grandiosa will be here in Port Canaveral here for the first time next Saturday. So I'm very excited to see that one, and hope to see you guys there. That's going to be a 6-ship Saturday as well. I believe it's going to be only 4 ships on Sunday. Let me see if I can verify that, actually. That's a good question. I'm pretty sure it's either 4 or 5. I don't think we're going to get it all 6 next weekend, just because of the 6 and 8 schedule. Or maybe it is. Let's see. So next Saturday is Norwegian Jewel. No, that's not. Grandiosa, Adventure of the Seas, Disney Treasure, Mardi Gras, Carnival Freedom, and Celebrity Apex. And then Sunday is going to be Disney Fantasy, Norwegian Prima, Star of the Seas, Seashore, Vista. So 5 ships on Sunday next week. So 6 on Saturday, 5 on Sunday. But I'll be here for at least one or both of those days. I know I've got some family plans in the morning on Saturday, but I should be able to be out here for. I definitely want to be out here for Saturday just to see Grandiosa. I've never seen that ship in person either, which is cool. It'll be fun to see it. Tampa next weekend with kids celebrating hubby's birthday. Ooh, very fun. Very nice. There's actually going to be 4 ships. There's going to be 4 ships in Tampa next weekend, which that is significant because they only have 3 terminals to put them. So that whole scenario is going to be a little interesting. But they've got 4 ships with only 3 terminals. Going to be in, I think it's Saturday in Tampa, so that'll be interesting. I think they're going to have the Norwegian ship over at the cargo or industrial pier, and they're probably going to like bus people over, or they're going to bring the ship in late or something like that. But Tampa should be interesting next week. There we go. That's our last set of lines here. Or actually, it looks like we have one by the little wing there, but should be underway here in just a moment. Tomorrow there'll be 2 MSC ships. Really? Is one of them the Explorer ships, or is it 2 actual MSC ships? So what would it be? Seaside and Divina would be my guess. Is that right? But yeah, there's 10 ships tomorrow it's 10 ships today in Miami. Tomorrow's a Monday, so yeah, I guess I would, if I had to guess, I would say Seaside and Divina. There we go, that's the last set there. Very cool. Let's kick you guys back.
know we're coming off the dock now. CT3 on the Venezia.
Only Seaside tomorrow. Oh, Davina in Miami. Okay. Huh.
Coming off the dock
Would,
right now.
would one of them be the Explorer Journeys then? Is that what the second MSC one is?
Pilot, Dog 1-2.
Oh, and another ship. Okay, I bet you it's probably maybe Freedom, I would say.
Canaveral pilots, go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon. We'd like to confirm 1800.
Yeah, we'll have someone over there around 1800. We got 2 cruise ships currently scheduled to leave around that same time, so it may be closer to 8:15 or 18:15, 18:30, but we'll have someone over there shortly.
Good, Gubby. No worries.
We've only got about an hour and a half left of battery on our little Wi-Fi router here. Uh-oh. We should be fine. I do have a backup just in case, but we should be okay. Oh, looks like she's off the dock.
Victory 1, Venezia, pressing off the dock now.
Roger, sounds good, guys.
Lots of horns today. 100 A, Seaside at AA, nothing at AAA. Oh, okay. Lots of horns today. I love to see it. Or hear it, I guess. All right, everybody. We've got Carnival Venezia underway. Grandiosa crossing the Atlantic. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think Saturday is her actual first day here when she gets here. Yeah, 0 horns yesterday, but today we got a bunch. So, yeah, it made up for it. Very, very nice.
Sea launch.
There we go.
Head on the north side, and I'll see you on the 2.
Oh, does Grandiosa stop in Miami first on the way here? All right, have a good one, Corey. Thanks for hanging out today. First U.S. port of call is Miami, then Port Canaveral. Okay, that makes sense. I think her transatlantic going back across in the spring is like Canaveral, Miami, then across. Does that make sense? She's taking her time getting off the dock, isn't she? For those who are just joining in, be sure to like the stream. If you haven't already, thank you for joining in.
Hopefully we can get underway before those other cruise ships and get you to sea.
I'm really impressed with the low light on this camera. Welcome everybody just joining in. Carnival Venezia is underway here from Port Canaveral. Welcome in everybody, welcome in. Welcome to the stream for those who are just joining in. There she goes. Here she goes. That's a good photo, actually. All right, let's get you guys in on the ship. She looks really good at night. She's very pretty all lit up. All right, let's catch up on chat here. How we doing? How we doing, everybody? How's the Venezia? I see Seashore moving into Monday, Friday departures. I wouldn't be too surprised. Yeah, once we get World Atlantic here, I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a Monday, Friday Seashore, and then we get Grandiosa on the Saturdays or Sundays, whatever they move World Atlantic to. I guess the opposite of what they move World Atlantic to. Yes, very pretty. Birds, what's going on? What's going on, Dan? Yeah, she's a very beautiful ship. So the pilot is there. So the actual harbor pilot is on board in the bridge with the captain. He's there to help guide the captain out of port. And what they do is what's called a pilot transfer. Once the ship makes it out of the actual channel of the ship, or I guess of the port, the pilot will actually climb down a small little ladder on the side of the ship and back onto that pilot boat. Yeah, Grandiosa is going to be here for a while. She's going to be... Where's the remote? She's going to be here seasonally this year, and then once she comes back next year, she'll be here full time. Yeah, it's a really cool operation they do. Actually, a good friend of mine who's made a few appearances here on my channel, he's in college right now, but he's going to school to be a harbor pilot. Alrighty. There she goes. That's a good sound system on that boat too. Sheesh. We got 2 more ships to go. Sky Princess and Norwegian Prima should be heading out in the next 10 minutes or so. I gotta keep talking here so I don't get copyrighted from that music. But yep, almost done. It's been a fun day. BRM, what's going on? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Captain of Sky Princess is your mom right now? Oh wow. That's cool. That's really cool. I think Grandiosa will move to short cruises and Seashore will leave when World America. So I thought so too, but they actually have Seashore scheduled to stay in Canaveral. I would like if they at least changed it out, like give us like what, Seaside or Sea View. We have had Seaside before, but if like they give us like Seascape or Sea View, that would be cool to have. But yeah, I would like something other than Seashore. Not that I don't like Seashore. I like that ship a lot, but she has been here for about 2 years or so. Okay, 2 to go. 2 to go. Name is Captain Heiki? Is that it? And to say, oh, okay. That's cool though. That is really cool. I feel like I've heard that name. So that's neat. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna. So that is Sky Princess and the Norwegian Prima. Those are our last 2 of the night. They should be probably the next couple minutes. At least one of those 2 should be moving. Can't be the time that Horizon's spent. Man, Horizon has been in Miami since she came out in 2018, which is now, what, almost 8 years? That's insane. Like, cruise ships don't normally stay, and she's done the same thing for 8 years straight is the crazy part. Usually, you know, if they stay in a certain home port for that long, usually they at least adjust it and move it over to, like, you know, a shorter itinerary, longer itinerary, whatever. But it's crazy that she stayed on 6 and 8 night cruises basically for 8 years straight. Yep. So if you can kind of see the blue light that says NCL, that is Norwegian Prima, and then the funnel that's just to the left of that crane is the Sky Princess.
Carnival 1, go ahead, over. Swing after 5 or 6 or the ship? Separate side with the swing going.
On the Carnival right there, they have a TV. They're playing that on the ship? Is that what you're saying? Oh, something just did the horn. That didn't sound like Prima. That's great. I had no idea who that Chase guy was for like the longest time. That dude's channel is pretty crazy. He's like half the size of me, but has like he had like 800 people watching at one point. He's like 20 feet behind me. Welton, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, very, very nice day today.
On that port side, it's up to you.
What should I get for dinner tonight? I can't get Chick-fil-A. That's out of the question. It's Sunday. Almost done with training as a cruise director. Very cool. That's awesome. What cruise line would you be with? Pandex. Ooh, Panda. I see you have good taste there, Darren. I see you have good taste. Actually, I don't know if there's even one on the way home. That's actually a good... How have I don't know. Actually, you know what? Yes, there is. Royal or Disney. Okay, very cool. There we go. Okay, Norwegian Prima. McDonald's snack wrap. Oh. What do you guys want me to eat? Healthy? Snack wrap. It does sound kind of good though. I think it's just a Florida thing, but has anybody heard of a place called PDQ? It's just like Chick-fil-A. I guess so, yeah.
You live streaming too?
Yeah, I am live streaming, yeah.
To what?
YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've noticed there's a couple other people here today doing it too. But yeah.
How many people you got watching right now?
Right now about 50. Usually it'll pick up as the ships come by, but yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a fun little hobby.
Yeah, you make any money on it?
A little bit, yeah. Not too much, a couple $100. It won't pay the bills, but
Pay for the membership.
it'll get you by. Yeah, exactly.
A
Yep.
lot of people, I'm trying to grow one, but it's all about motorcycles and adventures and stuff. And
Okay.
like, I was watching, who was it? I Show Speed,
Okay.
just streaming every day, and people like that stuff. I watch this. I'll
Right,
watch
exactly.
The boats pass by, like, oh look, that's cool.
Right, exactly. I never really thought about it. I've been doing this for years. And like I had a couple people like recently, they were, oh, like would you ever consider live streaming? So I did. I got a camera that's a little Starlink dish, and people love it. So it's nice.
Cool. That's your voice, I guess. The little green thing, they can hear us or no?
Yeah, I've got the little microphone on.
Hi, Mom. Wow. What's your
Yeah.
YouTube? You got a business card or something?
Yeah, I do. It's just my first and last name. It's Brandon Barker.
Make it easy, Brandon Barker.
Yeah, there's little QR codes on the back, but YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of
Barking
that.
like a dog bark?
Yeah.
Oh, and you can hear him talking too. I'll get that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've got the little marine radio, so kind of pipes in all the
What's up,
pilots
dude?
chattering.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow. I saw this one lady, I guess she was doing TikTok or something. And she's, oh, all right, guys, we got our people. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. It's like, wow, people actually stream? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do it around
Are
here.
you streaming too over there?
Yeah, that guy down there is doing it. I think there's somebody that might be a little bit further down. There's a couple people today. Usually yeah, it's only about 50 people, but usually there's a little bit more, but there's so many people today.
Cool, have fun.
Yeah, thanks, you too.
What's the thing that says join? What, join your group or join?
Oh, like the little memberships. It's like $2 a month. People get like early access to videos and stuff like that. Like I'll do actual edited videos of them coming out too. on top of the streams and like vlogs on the ships and stuff like that, tours.
Yeah, just a heads up. I don't know if it's.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one. Alrighty, let's see. Back to us, yes. Yeah, people come up and say hi all the time. It's cool. It's nice just to kind of like chat with people coming by. They're always asking questions. It's cool. Yeah, oh yeah, PDQ does have really good chicken. There's one right, I think there's one right next to the Panda Express too, on the way home. That's usually the one I go to. I just always forget the Panda's there. Yeah, we got a lot of horns for fantasy. We got about 7 of them. It was literally just like a minute and a half straight of horns. It was awesome. I hope you guys heard that, but I think that was Prima. Stuart, what's going on? Just watched the return of Star of the Seas leaving early, or the rerun of Star of the Seas. Okay, very cool. Yeah, she looked so good today. Her horns blowing was, yeah, 3 good times. Honestly, that's the first time she did them last week, but it sounded like the horns were like having problems last week. Like it kept doing like really, really short, rapid blasts. There's one watching on the marine radio. Possibly. I'm not tuned. It's just an actual radio. I don't know if I'm tuned into any like stream of it or anything like that. Oh no, I didn't get his motorcycle. I didn't. You know, now that you say it, you're right. He did mention a motorcycle. I know he mentioned a motorcycle channel, but I didn't realize he was talking about his own motorcycle channel. But that's cool. He had like the whole getup on too. He had like the big biking like motorcycle pants and everything on. That's cool though. Yeah, he was a nice guy though. Oh, and YT. Is it Jerry Pike that you're watching with the marine radio? Oh, Prima's moving. She was trying to get the attention of a small. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's cool though. Yeah, it was like the first I've ever really heard her horns. I wonder if it's a new captain now. Oh, it's a Port Canaveral radio. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't actually like use the radio and like talk into it, but yeah, I'll like just sit and monitor it and just so I can listen and see when the ships are leaving. Watch a motorcycle. I have a second channel for my car, actually. It's very small. It's like 30 subs. I have a gaming channel and I have a channel for my car. I don't really know what I'm doing with my car channel though. Anything I do with the car obviously costs a lot of money, so I don't really know what to do. I might just like do POV driving videos or something like that for it though. It's kind of like my recent idea. But yeah, cars, gaming, cruise ships. I found just about anything interesting. But yeah, I have a gaming channel. I haven't been on there in a while though. A sports car. It's the Civic Si, the SI trim of the Civics. So it's like, it's not quite the Type R. It's not like the big crazy one with 300 horsepower, but it is like one of their performance trims. Like it has a stick shift. They only offer a 6-speed manual in this car, which is really cool. But it's a brand new one. It's a 2025. I've had it for a couple months now. Yeah, Star Princess is going to be here in about 2-ish years now. Yeah, cars have been... I got into cars and essentially Honda Civics too, which is really funny and like sounds dumb, but like I remember playing a video game, Need for Speed Underground, as a kid, and there was like always Honda Civics in that game, and I always loved tuning them up, and so like that's how I got into them. So like I've always had like an eye for the Civics. Like the Type R is kind of like my dream car at the moment, which like my attainable dream car, you know, because it's kind of like, I wouldn't necessarily call it track ready, but you know, that's a car that they really they do the majority of the R&D, like the research and development for the Civic Type R's, like on the track. So they're very intense for an everyday type of vehicle. But yeah, the Civic Si is more of just like a tame everyday driver type of version of the Type R, though. It's 200 horsepower, got a turbocharger. It's a lot of fun to drive, honestly. I love it. Oh, a Skyline, yeah. There's a couple people that have the R34 Skylines. I've seen like 2 of them around. Occasionally I'll go to like the local Cars and Coffee where I live on Sunday mornings or Saturday mornings, whenever they are, in my area. And there's usually 1 or 2 R34 Skylines that are there. It's really awesome. First car you had was a Honda Civic. Lasted over 10 years. Yeah, I'm on my... So my first car was also a Civic. I'm on my 4th one. I've had 5 cars, and I'm on my 4th Civic.
What's coming?
I had a Mazda CX-50 for a couple months, and I was like, this is so boring. I've had the sporty Civics for so long. Or I wouldn't... Civics are like hard to call sporty sometimes, but like at least the SI. I had like, you know, some of like my first and second car were the 2-door, the 8th generation and 9th generation Civics. I had the 10th generation hatchback and the sport trim, and then I have the Civic Si now. I don't know, honestly, I don't know why I ever bought a Mazda CX-50. I was like, oh, I want an SUV, like I want something a little bit more practical, because my Civic hatchback was like 3 inches off the ground. So, but yeah, so I wanted something a little bit more sporty, and then I owned that car for a couple months, and I was like, you know what, I miss having something fun. It was the dumbest financial decision I've ever made, but honestly, I don't regret it at all, because I've enjoyed every second of driving my car. Yes, Prima is such a pretty ship. You're gonna love it when it comes by. Again, I have a tour coming out later this week of this ship, and honestly, it was a very, very interesting ship too. For being new, it's very different than a lot of ships that are coming out that are new right now. You know, like you have Star of the Seas, that is like the world's largest right now, and it's about 110,000 tons larger than the Prima, which is also relatively new. Yeah, Star and Icon are tied. Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like every time I mention that Star is the largest in the world, everybody, like, there's so many people that rush to the comments like, "Oh no, it's Icon." I'm like, they share the record. Like it's easier just to say like, yeah, one has the record, but you can literally just say they both are, or like, you know, Icon's the world's largest, but Star is also the world's largest. Prima is a very pretty ship. Wasn't Prima in Galveston last year? And I think you guys are getting Viva soon, right? If not already. Let's hit the zoom a little bit. Oop. There we go. Nice. Come on. Tripod's not cooperating. Perfect. There we go. Right. I mean, I think Star technically has a hot tub that... Actually, Star does have a hot tub that Icon does not have. So if you really want to think about it in that sense, she is. She is bigger in the fact that she has one extra hot tub over Icon. Oh, let's see. Oh, hush. All right, we've got 30 minutes left of our battery here on our router. That's not good. Why is the tripod not cooperating? Ooh. Prima's talking on the radio? Really? I don't hear him. Interesting. They share the record. If you look at Wikipedia, Icon class Star shows to be 3 inches longer. I would not be surprised. But same gross tonnage. Yeah, exactly. It's a long stream today, isn't it? The really cool thing is, for those who have not seen Aqua, which is the new sister ship for Prima, the Aqua actually has like the blue lights on the funnel. Where did the remote go? There it is. The blue lights on the funnel actually have like the RGB effect to them, so like they can color change for Aqua, which is really neat. And again, I'll be on the new sister ship Luna when it comes out in April. So I'm very excited for that one. That one's like one of my, honestly, the next 2 cruises, Grandiosa and Luna, are like my most anticipated. Oh, so much for that 3 o'clock departure for Sky Princess. Princess off the dock? Perfect. All right. Love to hear that. We've got 30 minutes left of our battery pack here on our router, so... Usually streams don't last this long. Testing pods before... Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Did they have to do like maintenance on them, or is it more just like testing because it's their first time here? We're up on the 3-hour mark now. Do I go live on my cruise? So I actually did a live sailaway on Wonder of the Seas a couple weeks ago. But it was just like the Miami sailaway for that day. But I might try to do that soon. Maybe I'll think about trying to do that. Is doing some more sailaways. That a lot of the issue with streaming on a ship is, you know, there's always a lot of music playing on board the ship, no matter where you're at. Sun deck, flow riders, you know, the basketball courts, whatever, or even down below, like on the main promenade, there's always like a lot of music playing. And then, of course, you know, with the music, YouTube will flag the streams for copyright, which is not fun. Is the volume low? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay.
All the pilot aboard the Norwegian Prima on 12.
Loud and clear. Perfect. Okay. But yes, I have been on Disney. It's just been a very long time. um, my So I was on the maiden voyage, or not maiden voyage, the inaugural seasons for Magic and Wonder. Those are the only 2 Disney ships I've been on. So if that shows how long it's been since I've been on a Disney cruise, that's, yeah.
Russell Doug, pilot aboard the
Pictures clear as well. Perfect. Yeah, I loved it. I love that. Yeah, I was not expecting the low light quality of this camera to be this good, but it looks amazing.
cruise ship Astrini. Are you going to push out to the north of the channel
Let's see what we got.
before you hit south? If that's okay with you, we're just going to get to the north of the channel as soon as we pass.
Similar to Seaside. Yeah, exactly. They're based off the same format. They're based off the same project out of Fincantieri, though, so they're pretty similar in a lot of ways. Off the dock, and wait for Prima to start. Okay. Well, oh, it's so dark out. I keep losing the remote. It's a really interesting line of a cloud. Yeah, the lady ships, the Virgin Voyages ships, the Norwegian Prima class, and the MSC Seaside class are all based off of what's called Project Smile or Project Mile. I don't remember what it is, but it's either Smile or Mile. But they're all based on the same project out of Fincantieri. To my knowledge, I will not confirm nor deny the Project Ace and the new Norwegian project that are coming out, the new 200,000 ton ships for each of those cruise lines. I will not confirm nor deny if they're going to be the same. But I have not seen Norwegians though. I'll be on Prima December 14th. Ooh, awesome. I have I don't know if I've mentioned it a few times throughout the stream, but if you're just tuning in, I actually have a ship tour of Prima coming out later this week, so stay tuned for that. It's a beautiful, beautiful ship. I was on board last week for a quick tour for the day. It is a good sized ship. I think she's like, it seemed like Prima was just maybe a hair too small, but not in a bad way. I think she could be, it felt slightly cramped, but not. Like the low ceilings kind of gave it like a more of a cramped feeling, but there's not a lot of people on board. They made the staterooms on that ship extra large in order to reduce the guest capacity to where it doesn't actually physically feel crowded.
On the Norwegian Prima Foley.
But I think Luna and Aqua are slightly bigger just to kind of accommodate for that.
She is delayed. We don't have a firm departure time for her yet.
Was that Sky Princess that I just heard about that departure time?
You'll be the last of the imminent traffic right this minute, yes?
Yes. The Princess isn't underway yet, and we don't have a time yet when she will get underway.
Okay, I'm gonna work right here tight on the north after you
Ugh.
fly, and then
It's so late.
real fast once you guys give us a call.
Not a problem. Yeah, they'll give you a call when they're dropping lines, and that should give you plenty of warning.
I honestly do not know if I'll be able to stay for that.
It's been a busy day. Appreciate it. Hey, go ahead, Robbie. Good enough.
No, there's still about 20 pallets on the dock.
20 pallets on the dock. Fuck. Ah, that stinks. She's gonna be another hour. I do not think, honestly, I apologize, chat, but I don't think I'm gonna be staying for Sky if that's the case. That's just a little too long, and it's already a little too dark. Yeah, but I did hope you guys enjoy. They're still loading stuff onto the ship. It's gonna be a while. I'm gonna leave too.
I can't stay.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
it's honestly it's too dark already.
They're still loading stuff. Watch this go out and then we're going. Come on, even Brandon's going. Come on. I don't like driving it tonight.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that though. Wow, she looks really pretty though. I always enjoyed the live stream. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Let's get it back a little bit. Prima does look beautiful. Such a pretty ship.
Where's Barry? Is he in the car?
Leaving him.
As soon as this goes by, we're going.
Yes, it is a very good shot. I have come to really appreciate and love this camera that I've got here.
Now we're going to get underway ahead of the Sky Princess. Roger that. If you want to throw up a line.
Oh.
Tuck Simone, can I have a file for some? Careful, FC. Now we're going to get you underway ahead of the Sky Princess. Are you ready to sail? Understood. Chuck should be there within the next couple minutes if you want to make him fast. My people up right here. Roger.
Such a pretty ship. And for those who are not familiar with Prima, there is a 3-story go-kart track on the top of that thing where the funnel is. There it is. Okay. There we go. The purpose of the tugboat, they're more just to kind of help. They're kind of help to maneuver everything, you know, in the case of high winds or, you know, maybe reduced propulsion. Tugboats are just kind of there to help out as needed. Not a fan of the design of this class. I think they're okay. I didn't like them at first, but they've grown on me a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really love doing these videos, and I love doing these live streams, so I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. All right, let's go ahead and start packing things up here. Ooh. Where the construction happening at Port Everglades. Saw a lot of working equipment. Oh, I did not know that. Interesting. All right, so unfortunately we're only gonna get 5 of the 6 today, but this has been an awesome stream and a very long one as well. I hope you guys did enjoy this. This has been tons of fun. Stay tuned for next week. We got a lot of videos coming out this week as well. Norwegian Prima ship tour. We've got a couple cruise vlogs from our recent cruise on board Wonder of the Seas coming out later this week. And what else we got? We got a couple ship spotting videos. And again, the members have already seen probably some of these because members do get early access. So shout out to our members that have been here in the chat hanging out with us tonight. And one last little plug, you know, if you guys are looking for a good deal on your next cruise, use that link down in the description, and it supports the channel as well. They got some pretty good deals down there as well. They're all tempting. Drive home safe. Thanks, Mom. That's my mom in the chat. But yeah, we've had a good time. This has been a very, very fun stream, and I'm okay. We should be okay. We got a couple more minutes left. Yeah, so hope to catch you guys next week. Potentially Saturday, definitely Sunday, I think. It should be the case. I will just stay tuned for all the notifications and all that, and you guys will see, but we should at least at minimum do 1 live stream next week, if not both. So hope to see you guys there. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see, I gotta end the stream here real quick. Yes, have a good night, everybody.